Right, yesterday, the Samaritan trailer dropped. Loads of people have sent it to me. This is a new Sylvester Stallone superhero movie by MGM and Amazon Prime. So obviously Amazon Prime bought MGM. That's their merger, their deal. They purchased it. And with it, they've got a back catalogue. Seemingly, one of those films, which has been sat for a little while, just waiting on the shelf, was the Samaritan. Now, the trailer dropped yesterday. This is not a trailer reaction, but it kind of is. I can't show the trailer, alright? Because, of course, Amazon Prime loves their copyright claims. Not only that, do they block videos, they just wreck the video, so I don't do it. It's one of the reasons why I didn't react or talk about specifically the Lord of the Rings of Power Comic-Con trailer that came out. Not interested. It looked like poo. You know, the real Slim Shady was in it. It was quite funny. But this trailer dropped, and I don't want to talk about it because this looks good. It genuinely looks good. It looks like what I'm interested in, what I'm about. So the whole trailer, it's somewhat paint by numbers. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. You know, it's about what you expect from this kind of flick. The Samaritan was once a superhero and presumed dead 20 to 30 odd years ago. He's been gone. No one knows where he is. And cue Sylvester Stallone's character. He's just working, picking up trash, which is obviously an allegory for him cleaning up the streets. Still doing his thing, but just a different kind of cleaning up the streets. And he notices a little boy getting beaten up, and he breaks it up, and he flings people across this sort of courtyard area. Now, this little boy then obviously hunts down Sylvester Stallone and realises that yes, he is the Samaritan. He starts trying to convince someone that he knows where the Samaritan is. And this guy's like, do you have a therapist, boy? Like, what are you doing? But it's quite comical. And Sylvester Stallone is one of those actors which I think everyone's kind of endeared to. You watch a Sylvester Stallone movie and you go, yeah, like I'm keen for this. You know, he's not an exceptional actor by any stretch. He's good at what he does, obviously. And he's been better lately. I think he's up at, you know, he's learned from quite a large history of acting now. But he's likeable. You know, you see him on screen and he's likeable. We are endeared to him as an actor. And these characters that he portrays. And he never really goes outside of his wheelhouse. He kind of does what you expect him to do, and he works within his capabilities. And he looks good in this, in terms of his range that he's giving us. You know, it's very subtle, and hopefully he'll expand upon it. Don't know who's playing young Sylvester Stallone when he's all suited up. The costume looks about what you'd expect, kind of low-level, gritty, realistic take. On this sort of superhero genre, and it sort of becomes in the trailer anyway this kind of mystery about who the Samaritan is, why are these people after the Samaritan now, why did he retire, and you know, it looks like quite an interesting story, and it looks well shot as well, and this is a movie which I think will just be a good popcorn flick, a good beer flick. It's not going to break any rules, you know, any boundaries, and be an Oscar-nominated movie by any stretch of the imagination. But I think this will do exactly what it needs to do. Be better than a Netflix, you know, original property for sure. And it will just be fine as is. It's a shame though when we see these movies pop up and you go, well, MGM, you must have sat on this for some time. So let's take a look at this article. Where Sylvester Stallone actually talks about this. So the Samaritan trailer reveals exactly what Sylvester Stallone's retired superhero vigilante is capable of. And he's capable of quite a lot, actually. He gets ran over, bones broken, absolutely obliterated, smashed up, but it offers quite a funny scene, because he's like, I'm not the Samaritan kid, blah. Walks out in the road, and then the kid says something, he turns, and he gets ran over. And he's like, are you alright? And he's like, whoa, yeah. After his bones get cracked back into place. And he seems to be bulletproof, from the looks of it. This kid actor, I can't remember where I've seen him before. I saw him in something recently. He's a relatively decent kid actor, to be honest. And like I said, Sly looks decent for his age, like he's keeping in good shape. Probably the growth hormone, let's be honest, that he got caught with entering Australia, I think it was, back in the day. That was a while ago now. But there's been some speculation about Samaritan being dumped on streaming after originally being eyed for a theatrical release. But this doesn't look like the usual B-movie fare we see head down that route. In fact, this looks like a great time and we're intrigued to check it out. And this is the thing, it does look like a good time. I don't know why MGM sat on this. They should have released this. It is quite surprising because this looks like it will do... I mean, I'm surprised that Amazon aren't even releasing this on, you know, in the real world on theatrical. I don't really get it because I think that they would make some decent money off this. But we always enjoy seeing an original take on a superhero character. The Samaritan feels akin to the sort of action movie that put Stallone on the map when he was at the height of his action star career. It does. It feels a bit like a throwback. Now, he said this, anyway, previously about the movie's shift to streaming. I love action films that also have heart. I wanted to be involved with Samaritan because the story has many layers that I think people can relate to. It's something of a morality tale that is also very exciting to watch. We are thrilled that this will be seen globally on Prime Video, where my fans and all audiences can enjoy it together around the world. I mean, obviously that's him being pretty, you know, pretty calm about it all. I mean, I'd be pretty pissed. But when he says this film, the story has many layers to it, it does seemingly have that. And it is seemingly a tale of morality. You know, he changes from cleaning up the streets literally or figuratively to cleaning up the streets literally by being a dumpster driver, you know, stuff like that. In Samaritan, 13 years old Sam clearly suspects that his mysterious and reclusive neighbour Mr. Smith is actually a legend hiding in plain sight. 20 years ago, Granite City, love that name, Granite City superpowered vigilante Samaritan was reported dead after a fiery warehouse battle with his rival Nemesis. I mean, even these names are like a really fun throwback. But most believe Samaritan perished in the fire, but some in the city, like Sam, have hope that he's still alive. With crime on the rise again and the city on the brink of chaos, Sam makes it his mission to coax his neighbour out of hiding to save the city from ruin. It's directed by Julius Avery from a script by Bragi F. Shute. Samaritan also stars Pilu Asbake, Dasha Polanco, and Moises Arias. And it will be released August 26th, so quite soon. But it looks decent. This does actually look decent. And I wanted to talk about it because these kind of movies are good fun. And you know what? I think this will surprise people. I think this will surprise people quite a lot. So if you've seen the trailer, let me know what you guys think. This looks decent to me. It doesn't look, again, it's not groundbreaking. But it looks like it will be good fun. And we need these movies. We need more of these kind of movies. And more of this kind of take on the superhero genre. I think, personally. This is the sort of cynical take on the superhero genre that DC should have been, right, in their approach to it. You coax people back into, you know, DC's superhero approach was very much, which is gritty and real, you know, which is fine, like it works, but an air of cynicism is quite good as well. So this has that sort of gritty, realistic take with an air of cynicism around it with respect to the character disenfranchised from being a superhero. And I think it adds layers, like Stallone said. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. Cheers. Take care. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.